Okay, so extreme intrusive thoughts are one of the most dangerous mental health challenges that you can go through, simply because of the fact that if you don't know how to handle them and stop them, it can genuinely ruin your life. And that is not an exaggeration. And according to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, it is stated that as an estimate, more than 6 million people in the United States suffer from intrusive thoughts. And I don't want to make this video about me because this is about you, but I myself went through this when I was 19 years old for about 2 to 3 years, and it was one of the most horrific experiences of my life, but I did overcome it, and nowadays I find it very easy to stop any sort of intrusive thought. So in this video, we're going to be talking about what intrusive thoughts are and how you can stop them, just in case you do run into them sometime down the line in the future. Alright, so when your mind gets flooded with a bunch of uncontrollable, repetitive thoughts that you deem to be immoral and disgusting, you are suffering from intrusive thoughts. And due to the heinous nature of these thoughts, it can induce a level of self-doubt and mental distress, which can destroy your mental health in a matter of days. Now, to paint a more clear picture on what intrusive thoughts are and how dangerous and intense they can really be, I'm going to bring up this article by GoodRx Health where they mention 7 types of intrusive thoughts, and I will list a few examples under each type just to give you a more broader perspective of what we're talking about in this video. So the first type of thought they mention is the thought of hurting a baby or a child. Examples include killing a baby, drowning a baby, injuring a baby, etc. Number 2 is thoughts of doing something violent or illegal. Examples include killing people, killing family members, robbing someone you love, etc. Number 3 is thoughts that cause doubt. Examples include questioning your sexual orientation, questioning your relationship, questioning whether you turned off the stove, locked the door, sent a text message to the right person, and so on. Number 4 is unexpected reminders about painful past events. Examples include getting raped, going through a car accident, or experiencing some sort of violent attack. Number 5 is worries about catching germs or a serious illness. Examples include getting sick and falling terminally ill, getting other people sick due to you being quote-unquote irresponsible, etc. Number 6 is concerns about doing something embarrassing. Examples are saying something stupid in public, doing something inappropriate, etc. And number 7 is intrusive sexual thoughts. Examples include having sex with kids, having sex with family members, having sex with people who are not in line with your sexual preference, etc. Now, you could also include stuff like having racist thoughts when you're not a racist, or having, xenophobic thoughts when you're not a xenophobe, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. Now, a lot of you are going to be thinking, yo, what the hell? People actually have thoughts like that? Yes, but that is exactly what makes it an intrusive thought, because the people that go through these thoughts, they can't imagine themselves acting out on these thoughts, but yet they don't know how to stop them, and they have no clue what to do. And in the first place, they don't even know why they're going through this extreme level of intrusive thoughts. They have no idea what caused it. And in the same article, they mention a few causes for intrusive thoughts, such as stress and anxiety, OCD, PTSD, postpartum depression, Parkinson's, traumatic brain injury, and so on. And I'm not going to argue with that. I'm pretty sure that those are all very accurate causes for intrusive thoughts. But the scary thing and the crazy thing about intrusive thoughts is that oftentimes they can come out of nowhere, like out of the blue, randomly. Maybe it's because of a story you heard or something, but in general, it can come out of nowhere, just out of the blue. And it'll hit your mind like an earthquake. And due to the intense nature of the thought, it can do a 180 to your mental health. Like, it'll turn you from a person that's mentally healthy to mentally unhealthy in a matter of hours. It's very dangerous. Like I said, this is not an exaggeration. If you've suffered from extreme intrusive thoughts, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So being able to stop them and knowing how to stop them early on in the process is very important, because in that way you can avoid any sort of long-term mental agony that can be caused due to intrusive thoughts. And if you have been going through this for years, don't worry about it. You will overcome it. Like I said, I went through this for 2 to 3 years and I overcame it, so you will as well. But all I'm saying is being able to stop it early on in the process is really important. important. So the question now becomes, how do we stop them? How do we stop intrusive thoughts? Now, the answer might be quite counterintuitive, but it's actually a pretty simple philosophy. And the philosophy is remain in a state of non-resistance and surrender to your thoughts. Now, what does that mean? So most of us, when we have thoughts that we don't want, we stop them by having this like verbal argument with the thoughts. We say stuff like, nope, that's not me. No, I don't care. No, I'm not listening. We have this verbal argument that stops these thoughts from entering our mind. And most of the time, it's very effective. But when it comes to intrusive thoughts, it's not effective at all, because intrusive thoughts rely on the attention you give it and your ability to fight it. Meaning, like, it relies on attention and combat. So the more attention you give it and the more you fight it, the more stronger these intrusive thoughts will get. So what you have to do is, when you're going through these intrusive thoughts, you have to be as non-reactive as possible. Meaning, do not engage with the thought in any way, shape, or form. Don't ask what the thought means. Don't ask why it's there. Don't ask what caused it. Don't ask, oh my God, like, how could you stop it? Don't ask anything. No matter what feeling, emotion, or sensation it gives you, just let that feeling run through your body, let the thoughts run through your head, and you just continue to do whatever it was that you were doing. Your ability to not react to the thought is the key when it comes down to getting rid of intrusive thoughts. It's kind of like a plant. You know, if you look at a plant, they need like what? Soil, water, and sun to grow, right? When it comes down to intrusive thoughts, it relies on attention and combat. So removing these two things will destroy the thought in no time. Because at the end of the day, intrusive thoughts are just thoughts. You know, they say that human beings on average have about 60,000 thoughts per day. You know, some people say 6,200 like they do in the Good Health article. Some people say 12,000. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the main idea is that human beings have a lot of thoughts, but how many of them do you actually remember? Probably not a lot, right? You just remember a few of them, because you only remember the thoughts that you give attention to. So if you want to get rid of intrusive thoughts, do not react to the thoughts and don't give it attention. And this is not just me talking. If you look at the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, it states here that if you want to get rid of intrusive thoughts, you have to try not to engage with the thoughts in any way, try not to push the thoughts out of your mind, try not to figure out what your thoughts mean, and try not to check to see if what you're doing is working, because that is giving it attention, right? Now, they also mention stuff like, you know, at the top here, label these thoughts as intrusive thoughts. If that works for you, go ahead and do it. But for me, I wouldn't recommend that, because when you label it, you are giving it attention, right? So, you know, the whole point is to not give it attention, but you know, you are your own person. You're going to react differently. So whatever works for you, you please go ahead and do that. And also, if you are in a suicidal mental space because your intrusive thoughts have got completely, you know, rampant and they are no longer in your control, and you feel like, man, I need somebody else's help, then please do reach out to a medical professional, because this is not prescription advice. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a doctor. So, you know, if you need that help, please do go ahead and reach out to a real professional who can help you out, okay? But at the end of the day, like I said, non-reactivity and just continuing throughout your day is the way to go. I remember when I was 19, I couldn't even enjoy a cup of tea because the intrusive thoughts in my mind were so loud. And, you know, it was like for 2 or 3 years. I know how dangerous it is, trust me. I mean, it's crazy. And, you know, like, I don't want to get too personal here just because this is the internet and I have people that I know that watch this or watch these videos. So, you know, it's kind of odd, but either way, you know what to do. And if I can overcome it, you will as well. It just takes a bit of time, but you'll be surprised at how quick these thoughts will lose its grip on you as you live by this philosophy day after day after day, okay? You will overcome it. Don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be okay, all right? So if you got anything out of this video, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video, all right? Love you all. Take care.